Ooh, live. Ooh, that's pinging out. Why is this so loud today? How's that? Okay, that's better. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Idea Studio. It is Wednesday. I'm Dana.
I'm Chip.
And lots to go on. It's been a minute since we've been live. Now we're on the one a week. We asked you guys which you would prefer, and it was overwhelmingly Wednesday. So Wednesdays will stay for now. Oh, so much going on. Craziness in Bangkok. COVID is they're kind of getting better right now. 14. Oh, thank you, man. The test comment was up. Real quick, we saw Joe, and then you said Chris is here first. So, hey, Chris. Hey, Joe, what's going on? Richard, hey, what's up, man? How's it going? Paul Apps, what's up? Nice mask. Love it. So, we were talking about COVID. COVID has actually gotten better somewhat in Bangkok. 14,176 new cases today. However, 228 deaths. That is not a good number. So, but
average, we're about 1%.
Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing. Like we're rocking around that 200 mark per day. That's where we tend to kind of stay, death wise. I hate to say death wise, but that's sort of what it's been is death wise. We're right there. So, hey D, how's it going? Thanks for coming by. So 1% on COVID, 1% overall, but 200 a day, still not a fantastic number. No. I'd like to see us try to get that down. Our new infections are dropping, which is surprising because since since quarantine restrictions were relaxed, not gone away, but relaxed, we have had protests every day.
I think.
Now, just about. Now, these are the same. This is kind of funny to me, and maybe I'm missing something in the news, but this same group was protesting previously because of the lockdown causing economic strife on their families. So these are like working class Thais, and they were upset because they can't work because of the types of jobs they do were impacted by them and their family were impacted by lockdown and all these restrictions. And so they would go out and protest. And now those restrictions have eased. A lot of those jobs have reopened, but they're still protesting every day. And I understand one of the protests was because the PM survived a no confidence vote, which I don't get involved in, personally don't get involved in the nuance of Thai politics. I firmly believe, the Thai political thing is for Thais, and I leave myself out of that as far as the ongoings, and I let Jib worry about those things. But I found it odd that they're still protesting despite the fact that their first issue seems to be resolved, that they just found a new issue. And apparently these are different groups than the groups that were protesting against the monarchy and the government before lockdown, supposedly. And they seem like different groups. Their methods are different, their tactics are different. Senior Frank, all is not good with the world because Frank is here for the live stream. So, sorry, Frank. I don't feel good about that. I know if you're here, things went bad for you last night. Cases aren't down, testing is down. That may be true. But right now, the reported numbers are showing that's what's down, and that's what we're talking about. I don't necessarily disagree with you that testing is down, especially with, as I said, the protests seem to be what we would consider an incubator. And I'm actually getting my second jab today after the live stream. I'll be going to get my second jab. Jib got her second jab last week. So we're strong. I'm still a little sunburnt here, but I'm getting better. I've turned into more of a pink than a red.
So this is the number of the tests.
Oh, okay, so Jib has more information.
So it's info on the
46,000
6,
tests. Yeah.
9.
So we'd have to look back at
So
more
today
data to
is
have a
like-
bigger sample size. But Richard asked, do you think it's actually gotten better or just testing results in less cases since death numbers are still high? Yeah, it's a good question. Like I said, Frank straight up says, he thinks testing is slowed down. I don't disagree with that. And given the ongoing protests, and we've seen some footage from the protests with people not wearing masks, very close to each other, I don't necessarily think that
So is
the
this
environment is ideal for lower cases.
So does that mean higher number in US now because they taste more?
So the U.S. has got issues all in a bunch of states. Florida, obviously, Texas has some weird issues because they don't want to have mask mandates in schools, and parents are.
No, we just talk about the number of the cases.
Yeah, but so in Texas there was a U.S. Army
before
veteran.
this-
Wait. In Texas there was a U.S. Army veteran who had gallstones, a serious case of gallstones. It was causing infection and internal issues. And he couldn't get an ICU bed because they were all taken by COVID patients. He died of gallstones because he was too critical to
Sad.
transport to another hospital.
Yeah. So you remember before this, it's like the number of the cases in US is dropped per
Yeah.
day, right? Does that mean they taste smaller number?
A lot of states have stopped testing in the U.S.
And then now it's spiked. The number is like maybe 200. I don't know. a
So
day.
I know that.
Do they taste more?
So New Zealand has stopped reporting testing numbers, and now they're only reporting hospitalizations.
So like,
Which honestly, hospitalization seems to be the more critical issue. I mean, obviously you want testing data, but hospitalization rate seems to be probably lets you know more how your system is handling it and what your capacities are at, which would probably be more critical. Whereas testing, you should still do testing, but maybe it's not the right number to report. So Frank says we're averaging 60,000 tests per day. That's giving a 25% positive rate. I need to I need to go to the dentist. I had an appointment canceled before lockdown. Like literally, like I had to reschedule because I didn't feel good one day, and then they closed and my clinic reopened. And now they're like, oh, but to get seen, you need to have either be fully vaxxed or get a.
no, you have to have tests.
Oh, no matter what?
Yes.
So you have to have a test, no matter what, I guess, a PCR test. So
No. That price will be like 80K.
Oh, so what's the test I need?
They will taste you there.
Oh, okay.
You just pay. Go there, pay.
And it's what, 500 baht?
550.
Oh, okay. Hey, Deborah, what's going on? George, how's things? Dakota Patterson, Salt Lake City, Utah. Now, hey, Salt Lake, what's up? I love your profile photo with the monks. I just uploaded a couple of videos yesterday. Both have temples in them. One actually ends at a temple. Super like local, crazy kind of walk. Abandoned buildings and like this weird pathway. And
I don't like it all.
At one point, I have to like press myself against the wall, and a motorcycle trying to get by, and he couldn't because of my backpack. I'm saying it's because of my backpack. That I'm not saying it because I'm fat. I'm saying it's because of my backpack. And then beautiful temple at the end, and then we did an actual walk and talk video in a temple, and that was pretty fun and cool temple, very like remote rural temple in Bangkok, or just outside of Bangkok, so it should be good. We started filming. I know for those of you guys who were fans of Bangkok Strange, we always talked about doing BTS videos, and so Bangkok Strange is on hiatus for who knows how long, especially with Mike working on his Pattaya radio station. So Jim and I have started to film the BTS videos. So we filmed the first one. I've got to finish the edit on it. And I think it went pretty good. We got a lot of great footage. Other than my sunburn, which if you guys saw in the comment section, was significant. And that was just stupidity on my part. I didn't wear a long sleeve shirt that I would normally wear. And I've got this weird little burn area between my glasses, bridge of my glasses, and where my mask was. So I've got like this little strip of burned flesh. That's like the most painful thing on me right now. But yeah, so we've looked into some of that stuff, and we've got a plan to start doing the whole Sukhumvit line. So we'll do a video about just like the things that you can find around these BTS stations, what life is like. And what we basically did was, for the first one, we went as far south as we could to Keha, and we got out and we explored in that area. Hey, Joe, thank you so much for the coffee. Hey, Dana and Jib, happy to see you. Happy to see you too, my friend. And we have a package going out for you in a couple days with your shoes and some other goodies that we've picked up to put in there. Now, so yeah, I was saying life in Keha, though, is definitely different. Now, one thing I thought was interesting, they have a songtel on Sukhumvit in Keha that brings you to the coast.
Yeah, so to like a community there. Because if you take BTS, either you have to park your motorcycle or your car somewhere near there. Actually, there's a parking spot for BTS. Like, if you use a train, you can park there.
Which is unique. Yeah. Hey, Patrick, what's going on?
This morning, that area flood.
Oh, yeah, I can see why. So there's a klong right there at Keha. Like, literally, you get off the train and you're at the klong. And I mean, that community is definitely one that you can see is built around that klong. Like, all the condos are on the other side of the klong, and they have the super sketchy bridges, footbridges.
I'm not gonna walk.
Some of them look better than others. Like, some of the newer condos have like concrete walkways. There was one, I was filming it, and Jib's like, oh my God, but no one must use that. It's completely dilapidated. I'm like, yeah, like, there's gaps in the wood, there's missing boards. And so this Thai guy walks past us, and he goes, oh, can use. And he just jumps up and he walks across carrying his breakfast with him. And I'm watching this guy who weighs maybe 50 kilos. Every step he takes, the boards warp in a little bit. And I was like, what is going on?
I'm not gonna walk.
Yeah. Oh, let me jump to
without safety line. I'm not gonna walk.
Everything is bigger in Texas, including COVID numbers. Unfortunately, Patrick, unfortunately.
Come back to Thailand.
Paul says second jab resulted in a rough day for him. You talking AZ, Paul? I had my first jab resulted in a tough day for me.
Let's see tomorrow.
Jib was okay with her second, but she also did much better on her first than I did as well. But like her second, she's like, a little sore that night, and then boom, nothing.
Nothing.
But yeah, for me, my first one, day after, not good, not good. Richard, let's see, where was that? Oh, your Mojo, just saying hi. I stole that pic from another website, thanks.
Oh, hey. I thought you took it here.
Yeah, it's a great photo. Another YouTuber was told no videotaping around the BTS.
What is videotaping?
No filming. So
actually,
it's
inside the station.
Old school term, no video. So I've actually never had a problem videoing at the BTS, but the MRT will strictly enforce no filming.
So it's like if you walk inside the station, like on a platform, and you film, yeah, of course, the guard will come and chase you, like go out or do not film.
Yeah.
But like we film when we get out of the station, like downstairs, like you can see the sign, like where we are, so no problem.
Yeah, we filmed actually on the platform, shooting out into the klong, and I've actually filmed the trains before, and I just asked.
On the platform, isn't it? It's like we come downstairs, like we check out.
I thought we were up top filming down onto the klong first when I shot that video of the klong. Yeah.
But like if you not like walk like near the rail or like not annoy anyone, you just like. It's like you selfie yourself and it's just quick, like 1 or 2 minutes, no problem. But if you have like big setting, like big camera and like many people and like,
that is the other thing, that your camera size is a big deal in Thailand. For if you have like a DSLR with a lens, like I used to film on my Canon. And, I'd have my 24-70 L glass on my Canon, and I'd have it in a little cage, so I had multiple handles on it. And I would constantly be told not to shoot. And, it's just, the size of the camera is a factor for this sometimes. So if now I have the Sony ZV-1, it's literally
because
fits
of
in
the
my
size,
pocket.
it can be for like shooting for commercial, which
Yeah.
is you have to ask for permission to take it.
So literally, I shoot on this, and it fits in my pocket, and no one says anything like this or a GoPro, like.
So it's like
No one cares.
like we're tourists, like want to get some photo, it's fine. But like
Yeah.
if you kind of like go to the cafe with like a DSLR, big lens, and you keep changing your dress and get another
Yeah.
like a
They'll be like,
photo
"What the hell are
corner,
you
they're
doing?"
like,
Yeah.
okay, you pay us for that. Yeah.
Oh, real quick, I said Joe said his 3-year-old grandson has Delta, and I also have it, so I feel like, damn.
What?
Now, I know you had,
Joe, you had before,
Yeah, you
and
had
then
COVID
now you
before.
have Delta.
and he's vaccinated.
So you kind of collect every strand or what? Sorry, Joe,
But
but
how's your grandson doing, Joe? And how bad do you actually feel? Like, do you feel like are you sick, or you just feel like fatigued?
how can he get it? How can
Hey, Chris,
3
what's up?
years old get
Well, I can get anything.
like he go to the playground
maybe, or just like
or-
bumped into someone who has it.
ah.
Oh, Joe had Paul had AZ as well. Yeah, I had AZ. I said my first shot. The day after my first shot. I didn't get out of bed until like 2 in the afternoon. It was rough for me, and I hurt everywhere. And the funny thing was, the day after that, I felt amazing. I was like normal, 100%.
And he laughed at me before when I
did.
sleep on rocking chair, like, I cannot work today.
I teased Jib a lot, and then it came back to bite me in the ass. So now, like, I see Jib had a rough day after her, just like a few rough hours after her second shot. So now I'm worried. I'm like, oh shit! If Jib didn't feel good, now I'm gonna be wrecked.
No, but I'm good next day, not the second day. Remember?
Yeah.
And actually, I'm still the one who wake up early.
Joe wants to know if it's cold here.
ใช่ค่ะ
I-
AC here
The
cold.
aircon is. We have a 50,000 BTU unit, I think, and it's right above
It's
us.
too cold for me because actually my table is the other side of the screen, and like the cold air like blow on my head. Cold.
No, I didn't use that, Patrick. I did mostly design. So when I was a data scientist, I did a lot of coding in like Python and R, and then did a lot of modeling for the platform that the company was working with. So I didn't use SAS Enterprise Miner at all. They ran off Dave Keegan. I don't know him, Dakota. I'll have to look him up. But yeah, I've been run off from the MRT, even with just a GoPro, like even just having it out, like not even filming, and the MRT staff will come over and be like, oh, no filming. They don't want you to film underground. And I've actually had, and actually, if you watch a Global Travel Mate, one time he was filming and he tried to go under to the community mall at Asok, and they wouldn't even let him on the escalator because he was just going to cut through to Soy 21. And so, yeah, they're very strict about it at the MRT, but the BTS, I've never had an issue. I've even filmed like the trains coming in and out from the platform, and I just asked the security guard if it's okay beforehand, and they say yes. So
Because they don't speak English.
yeah, but I mean, like, I show them the camera, like, yeah, okay,
Just
Mai?
kidding.
And, oh, chai, okay.
So like for just so you know, like for Thai, we like you to ask before you do something.
Yeah, I mean, and
Like
the security
ask,
guard.
oh, can I do this? Like,
Yeah.
just ask, and like kind of 99% will say, okay, yes, you do it, and like when you finish, we okay, give you a big smile and like, okay, bye. But if you like kind of like sneak in and do something that you didn't tell us, kind of why you do that, so sketchy,
Yeah.
that type.
Yeah, I think that, for the most part, like the BTS staff have always been like super friendly.
MRT staff, they're
Yeah,
nice too. but
MRT
they're
staff are
strict.
great, but they just have that rule.
Yes.
But like even one
And
time,
it's good. They
Yeah.
strict to the rules.
but even one time I asked the BTS driver, or engineer if I could take a photo inside the thing when he opened the door to look back. He's like, yeah, sure. And he stepped out. He gave me full view of the control room. So, I mean, they're much more lax. But maybe that might be why the MRT won more of the extension contracts than the BTS did.
Well, no.
Very possible. Dakota says the second dose of Moderna gave him chills for one day. So I didn't have, so with AZ, with AstraZeneca, I didn't have chills, but I had pains. Yeah, I can see
I
where.
don't chill. Just like
You're just always cold.
exhaust. Feel like exhaust.
Yeah.
Cannot. Like I don't want to walk. I just like sit and sleep for one day.
I think that if I had if I got chills here in the tropics, I'd feel really worried. Like something's really. It probably feels like if you're in a hot environment.
No, it's
Probably feels like
it will,
intensified.
Well, same as you when you have fever. Like many Thais
Yeah.
had like the chills experience
yeah.
and like shaking and have blanket on even it's hot here.
Only the Leos are cold in Thailand, indeed.
Why you like to drink Leo?
You know what? I mean, I don't want to like. I don't mind Leo. It's not bad.
Why drink Singha?
I prefer Leo to Singha.
I don't
But I like that copper beer more than that one that we get, or the rice berry.
Asahi.
Asahi's nice too. Super dry. Frank's got the J&J and getting a Moderna booster in 2 weeks.
Yo.
Is J&J the single shot? Is that the one shot?
So you go back to US, right?
Yeah.
And get
candy. I mean vaccination.
Oh, so okay, 2 different type of vaccine.
Super.
And what's next, Frank? What's next? You're gonna get
He's gonna be there long enough. Maybe he can get the
everything.
the Moderna booster and the Pfizer booster.
So get like so can go to just the vaccine spot and show the card or what?
Yeah, just hang out. Like they have a registry, a national registry now. Mm-hmm. If you're
Like CDC card
yeah,
that people make it fake.
yeah.
I just don't get it. Why not just
So, some girl was advertising on Instagram that she was selling the cards for $200, and another
it's $200.
and another $200 she would get it entered into the national registry.
You just walk and get it for free if you're like American, do you?
No, but these are people who don't want to get the vaccine. But because she posted on Instagram, the feds arrested her and the
Of
nurse
course they should.
who was entering it into the system.
Of course they should. Like, I don't get it. Ah.
What's this? Breathing tip for people with COVID: sleep in a supine position, aka butt in the air, takes weight off lungs. Huh?
Oh.
That's how I always sleep.
No, you always know.
But that's true. But I like to sleep on my side, not my stomach. Big fan of R. Python is not my friend. R is very powerful, Patrick. Python, I think Python's fine. I mean, much easier to use. I first learned programming in the mid 90s, so Python is like, wow, they've come a long way. You know, even from like what BASIC was, Python's so simple by comparison. I think I learned Python like a day. But yeah, R is very, very powerful, especially for modeling. JJ is the one shot. All right. Senior Frank, I'll collect them all. I'll be the Thanos of vaccination.
Oh, great.
Even Sinovac?
No, they don't have it in US.
No, but you can get it here.
No, he already vaccine.
But he's going to get them all. He's going to be the infinity gauntlet of vaccinations.
Huh? I think maybe it's no benefit to get like the date virus later after you get all those like, you know, virus vector and mRNA.
Oh, this comic got cut off.
Yeah.
So the YouTubers Kara and Nate, they got a cease and desist from the MPS for video in the national park because they share their earnings on their channel, and the MPS claimed YouTube was commercial filming.
Oh.
All right, possible, I guess, but I know if that's how they interpret it, then that's how they interpret it. I mean, you know, yeah, I guess it really depends on
How big your channel?
Yeah.
I guess? Like us is like hobby
yeah.
with friend, like share video with friend because your channel is not like
Yeah.
big
Well,
and
I mean, if the
popular.
National Park Service wants to say like you're commercializing, or they want to say that is commercializing, I mean, that's if that's their policy, that's their policy. I wouldn't agree with it necessarily, but yeah, I can see that. Watts Callie in the house. Hey, what's up, Ralph? From Watts. What's going on? Rest in peace, Gizmo. I don't know who Gizmo is. Does that lady work at the Compton swap meet? No. We live in Bangkok, Ralph. So no.
What is that?
It's a swap meet's like a thrift, like a flea market, or like the market at JJ. Yeah. No, so no, definitely no. Not working at the Compton swap meet. You know, it was funny. One of my friends, who I've only known online, he's a reporter. He bought a house in Compton like 2 years ago. And we were chatting. He was telling me he just bought a house in Compton. I was like, wow. I was like, is Compton different than like what it was in the 90s when I was a kid and it would be on the news? He's like, oh, yeah, dude. He's like, it's gentrified. Are they charging people for the vaccine in Thailand? No way they can charge people. No. So even for me, it's free.
So there is two
Jim
systems.
can
Two systems. So like, you can register to your hospital or government website. So to pick where you want to go, like a vaccine spot, and that's free.
Huh.
If you go by that system, it's free. So like for migrant worker, for foreigner like him, and all Thai like who fit in like a requirement. So like older than 18,
Yeah.
that type, and like with underlying disease that they pick for is like older than 60 with the underlying disease that they pick, like 7 diseases, get first. And when they kind of like have most of them, and they start like, okay, for the people who older than 18, so I register and now I get 2 shot free. But there's a other system that like if you cannot wait, like, well, of course it's like a Korean concert ticket, you have to like refresh, like, oh, I want it so bad. If you don't want to do it, you go to other system that you pay. So we have a medical institute that established by the princess, one of the princess.
Is the one at Mahidol?
No ค่ะ ราชวิทยาลัยจุฬาภรณ์
Check
So
out.
she's the princess who like work on like a medical and science. So she started that institute, and they import Sinopharm from China. And with that, so they calculate the cost that like the cheapest as they could, that cover all the expense, like their price for import and like the equipment that they use, that type. So it's about like for the 2 doses, it's I believe it's less than 1,700 for 2 doses. Yes. So with that, if you don't want to wait in the line with the free one, you can go there and like you register and you pay. So that type. And then the Q4, private hospital will have like mRNA,
Yeah.
which is a bit pricey, like maybe more than 1,000 per dose. So that type
I think they were selling a 2-shot of Moderna for like 3,500. So
something.
Just over $100.
But let's say it's a private hospital, you will have like a very like convenient,
Yeah.
very good service there. So if you're willing to pay, you can do that.
So for those of you guys who have never been to Thailand or like a private hospital in Thailand, there are like Bumrungrad, Samiti Wat, like these hospitals would blow your mind. Like they make American hospitals look third world, which some American hospitals are third world. But like the Blumengrads of the world, the Samiti Wets, Bangkok Hospital, all like in Bangkok Hospital is like on the low end of private like high end hospitals compared to Blumengrad and Samiti Wet. Like
No, I think they're all in the same level. Bumrungrad is like the highest, of course.
Yeah.
And then Smittyway and Bangkok Hospital. And there we have many private hospital around Bangkok. So you can choose. And by the way, at Q4, of course, government will have mRNA vaccine for free. But of course, you have to register.
They already have mRNA, but only for healthcare workers and high risk elderly at this time.
So that's when we get it. Donation from US. Thank you, your government.
1 million. That was
1.5.
But that went to healthcare workers, which it should. I mean, they're the ones that need it.
Oh, not all. So like they say like 700K doses because. As you know, we don't have like a lot of doctor and nurses and like medical staff that like will be like million people. No, we not reached that number yet. So they give like the rest to like who like the group of need, like people who cannot use other vaccine or like student who has to go overseas for study and those countries request for like mRNA vaccine, so they give to those students and I don't know who else.
I think that I want to point out, like, if you've never been to Blumengrad, our friend had a procedure at Blumengrad recently, and his room, the base room that he's in for Uncle Bobby, had when he went in for surgery, he had just the base room, single room for him. Now, I'm sure it's not the cheapest room, but it's like an individual private room. He had a lounge with a big screen TV and a couch. He had a bathroom with a gorgeous shower. Now, of course, the hospital bed and all that's a requirement, but like it's like a small apartment that you're staying in Blumengrad. So Dakota says, thanks, I'm lurking. Just want to make sure my relatives don't fleece me. I already sent $800 a month for food and rent. $800 a month in Isan, that's living large, if that's where they're at. Because I know you mentioned Isan earlier. Definitely, you can be balling out in Isan for $800. I have a friend who lives up there. He literally he's a teacher, literally makes like $600 a month. And has like 600 US a month, like 20,000 baht.
Okay.
As a teacher. Which is, I mean, obviously schools there are poor, but I mean that's an insanely low amount of money. And he lives in a dope place bigger than, it's kind of similar to when we lived in Gulf Paradise. Like that level of finish. And like he's in a city, but still.
Maybe 5,000 rent.
Yeah, I think he pays like 45 or something. Yeah. P-Mock. Is Jib a hula hoop girl? No, I've never done hula hoop. We have a couple of aunties on our soy that do hula hoop outside for exercise.
I saw sometime.
Those are weighted hula hoops, right?
Huh?
Weighted hula hoops.
What weighted?
They're heavy.
No, we have it sale here, but I never try.
I see them at the Buy Everything store.
Is it weight?
Yeah, they're heavy.
Okay.
I mean, like 1 kilo, 2 kilo, not like 50 kilos.
Of course. No.
P-Mock, like the movie P-Mock. We have a video from that temple, P-Mock. What's the name of the temple in Onnut, Prakanong?
Mahabut.
Wat
Mahabut.
We did a whole thing with the movie and like showed that temple. Oh, Joe, man, thank you so much, brother. With the Auntie Jib.
Oh, we can. Oh,
Restaurant's open now.
No,
Jib
yes,
and
cafe open. I will wait until like it's complete 14 days after the second shot to sit and eat somewhere. Well, thank you, Joe.
Popped up by its own. Thank you, Joe. Big props. Big ups to Joe.
See my sticker.
Yeah, Auntie Jib, Auntie Jib, Auntie Jib. That's the sticker from Poe on the Go. He made that one for us.
So nice.
Dakota supports mom, 2 sisters, 1 brother, and a niece. Damn. 5 people. Yeah, 800 goes along. Is it in Isan, Dakota? Or somewhere else?
Or so that's like can cover everything for a month for sure. If they cook, because they're gonna cook, like they just go to a local market, get
For sure. If you're cooking.
whatever. Yes, enough.
Joe wants to know if we've been out for dinner. We have not.
No,
So I don't.
order.
I don't have the second. Yeah, we've been ordering. I don't have the second. The shot yet, and also because Jam isn't eligible for the vaccine in Thailand. They're only vaccinating 18-year-olds, and so
Until November.
So we're not going out. Not going to restaurants until she's vaxxed. Well, I guess technically we ate lunch Monday.
You mean late lunch for me?
Yeah, so Jib gets very hangry, right? Like she gets grumpy when she's hungry. And so when we were out filming, very local area, I said to her a few times, like, do you want to stop and grab something to eat? She said no.
Because you see all those uncles sit together and no Marlon and smoke.
So eventually she got at least a Pepsi to get some blood sugar up. But then we on the way home on Soy 95, we ended up stopping at one of the local shops, and she was going to order something, and there was only one person sitting inside. I was like, let's just sit inside. It's open air. They've got a fan. Let's just eat. And Jib was like, afterwards. But yeah, we ordered out. So this is actually a funny story. We ordered, if you saw our pizza video, we ordered from the number 5 shop last night. Now, I ordered on, called The Pocket on Khao San Road. And so I ordered on Grab, and I paid the 15 baht for priority delivery, and they cancel my order. The driver's at the restaurant, they cancel the order. The restaurant calls us and says, hey, we already made your order because you paid for priority delivery, and Grab said it was confirmed, and then the driver canceled when they got here. And so Grab wouldn't give me a new driver. They then put that restaurant out of range. And this place is far. I mean, it's expensive delivery. And so they're like, oh, do you still want to order? And I'm like, well, Grab gave us like a 20% discount, and, you know, some other things. They're like, oh, we'll try to reorder through Grab. We couldn't reorder through Grab, so we called back. And they're like, well, we'll charge you just like the regular price, not the Grab price, and it's 50 baht delivery. And it ended up being cheaper than it would have had we bought it through Grab.
So next time you just call to the restaurant.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, the driver comes with the food, and he's from Rome. Like, he's an Italian guy. And Jib's grilling him about, why do you guys not like pineapple on pizza?
I just like, he's Italian, right? So I would like to hear from him, not you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I would like to hear opinion why. He's like, just no. Like, but one box of the pizza last night is Hawaiian.
Yeah.
With pineapple on it.
This is TV device. Just watch OMN on the big screen. Captain is busy. We'll join him soon. OMN?
What is on?
I don't know. Oh, Buriram and Samut Sakhon.
Samut Sakhon.
Is south?
ไม่ สมุทรสาคร where on the way to south, but it's the
Still
province
central?
that connect to Bangkok. But it's like on the Gulf of Thailand.
So more south than Samut Prakan?
No, it's the 3 provinces. สมุทรสาคร สมุทรปราการ สมุทรสงคราม next to each other. All the 3 สมุทร.
Buriram is where the racetrack is?
ใช่
Or where...
the big stadium.
Yeah.
ปราสาท
That's actually a dope looking... I've never been to Buriram. I want to go. It looks like a cool city.
Because of one guy.
Like he builds everything there? Like they've got nice roads. They've got footpaths.
One TV show interview him. If you want to watch, I can find it.
Okay.
So he was politician.
Okay.
Until he's like, enough for me, and he go back to his hometown and like just like build everything like big there, and he tried to make it like the center that when people think about the sport, they go there.
Yeah, because they have a Buriram FC.
Football.
And they have a racetrack, international racetrack.
Yes, that type. And so he said with that, it will bring more business like a hotel and a restaurant, and it will help people there, which is true. And like when Songkran come, we have like a big festival, right? There is a place that he can control the fight, not serious fight, not serious like kill.
Oh, okay.
Because like whoever joined the party that he set up, like the big place, if someone fight, he will bring that person into the ring with the
Muay Thai fighter.
Yes. Like, okay, if you want to fight with this guy, that type. So lately, no one wants to really get that trouble.
That sounds like a cool place.
Yes.
I've seen video of it. I've seen photos of Buriram. It looks amazing. So, I mean...
I think they have like a kind of a trail or marathon event there
Yeah,
also.
they have a trail running event there. Like
You
big.
can go
I think
to
it's like
trail.
ultra.
You can go there. I will sit and wait you at finish
No, I
line.
think it's an ultra, like a 100
You can
kilometer.
do.
cannot.
I will pay for you, and I will sit at the finish line for another 2 days.
I was saying you'd be
before you
waiting for a
finish.
long time.
I give you 2 days.
Hey, Amazaki, and what's going on? Jib doesn't do hula hoop.
No.
Goldfish jibs.
อ๋อใช่ goldfish ค่ะ My memory is goldfish. Short.
Have you been to Pepina? I've not been to Pepina. Is that
What
a
is that?
restaurant or a place? Moon pies for the win. Nice snack, pretzel. I love pretzels. Ooh, pineapple on pizza. Oh, Deborah, you said your husband's allergic, right? To pineapple?
Oh, sad
Moon pies.
เลย
Chance to watch Groove Tube. Yeah, I watched it, Joe. Oh my God. I did watch it, Joe. Throw the link up in the chat, Joe, for anyone who might want to experience that. Yeah, so actually the other place, one of the things that, guys, and let us know what you think of this video idea. This is one of the ones we're thinking of doing. I mean, maybe this is more American-centric, so I apologize to people from other spots if you don't get the context. In America, we make a type of sauce with a Thai name called sriracha sauce.
ศรีราชา
So it's very, very similar. It's very American flavor profile. It's got it's very acidic. It has a lot of vinegar. And it's got like a very unique flavor to it. And it's still spicy. Now, it's based on a Thai sauce called sriracha, which also is very spicy, but the Thai version is much sweeter. Now, Sriracha is actually a town in Chonburi province. And so what we were thinking was to do a video comparing American to Thai Sriracha and actually go to the town of Sriracha and see if we can visit one of the factories that make it and kind of explain the difference and show like that part of the culture, that town for one, but also like why it's different and how it's made and what the Thai flavor profiles, Thai tastes are versus the American style. So let us know what you guys would think of that. And what
So when
what
you
you
say
think.
American style, it's like the Vietnamese guy who created that?
Chinese guy in America.
Not Vietnamese.
I think he's Chinese. He might be Vietnamese. But the bottle has English, Chinese, Vietnamese on it. No Thai that I remember. We have a bottle of it. I bought some online. Now I love it. I think it's great, and it has more acidity, more vinegar than the Thai version, which is almost candied. It's so sweet. But I think they're both great. They're just both different sauces for me. Like if I get like banh mi, I put my sriracha on the banh mi, like the tofu sandwich. Whereas if I have the Thai sriracha and I'm eating Thai food, that goes with, that's what I'll
So
eat.
Thai sriracha made to eat with seafood.
Yeah. Or like fried rice. I've had it on fried rice.
Yes, and like it's good with omelette.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Like I remember when my family and we go to the beach, like we order omelette with oyster and eat with sriracha sauce. Is so good.
So this is one of the video ideas that we have. If you guys would like that, let us know, because I think it would be fun to show, especially if we can get in touch with one of the factories and they would let us film and show like maybe the farm where the chilies are grown, show how the sauce is made. And because there's a bunch of different versions of it. You can buy like 3 or 4 different srirachas in the grocery store, but then I know that from people who have been down that way, there's always these local versions of it as well that come from smaller farms, and that's kind of what we would like to see in the process that goes into that.
Sriracha Panit, that's the name of the company.
That's the big one.
But that's the original one.
Yeah, it's the
and
original.
They sell like
that's the one you buy in Tops.
Yeah, because the big company bought the recipe and the name.
But there's a bunch of like local versions of it
Then
too.
it's not sriracha. It's other sauce. It would say it's chili sauce, not
From
sriracha.
sriracha.
Maybe, but it will be different name because by the name is only that company can use it.
Well, we'll find out. Yes, but note of fruit on Za's English slang for pizza.
Why you have to shorten it?
Why not?
It's just pizza.
Why you have to shorten your name from TT Porn to Jib?
It's long.
I love fruit. I love pineapple on my pizza. Actually, I love fig on pizza too. If you've ever had fig on pizza, it's so good.
What's that?
Fig, like the fruit.
Oh, fig.
Yeah. Put that with something like really savory. It's a nice combo.
Ah.
The same way pineapple goes good with pepperoni or ham, fig does as well. Or I like it with mushroom. No pineapples, no fish. We were talking the other night, Dakota, about I think it's Pizza Hut makes seafood pizza here. It's got like fake crab, it's got mussels, it's got clams, squid, yeah. And then instead of tomato sauce, they have like probably little shrimp. But instead of tomato sauce, it's got like some type of seafood sauce for sauce.
I don't know, but Jem likes it.
Yeah.
So maybe we order that one day and take photo.
Joe says yes for sriracha. Fig is in Newton cookies. No, they're not cookies. They're Newtons. They're cake. I like fig Newtons. Any updates on the cat fight of potatoes? Is it you guys watch? So these guys raised a ton of money. A big upset. Actually, let me check the final number if no one knows. Real quick, I'm just going to pull this up. So the final number on the Weeboon was 657,000 baht. That's over 20,000 US dollars. And I know they raised at least another 10 or 15,000 baht from the super chats. So here's the thing. Was it a good fight? No. Was it an entertaining fight? Absolutely. Did they do a great thing with that fight? Yeah. Look, they raised a ton of money, and I was talking to Patty, and he told me their original goal, 50,000, was to try to raise money for 2 months. So 50,000 baht would help this charity feed people for 2 months. 600,000 baht is going to feed more people for way longer. And, they're probably actually close to 700 with everything that came in. And I think I think some people made payments in other ways to them as well. So, I mean, they're going to be really helping out Koh Samui. Like I said, was it Kuma? So was it a good fight? No. There was. It wasn't a pro fight, but look, these guys have both been training for a month, or 2 months. 2 months. Look, I was even with Patty for only training for 2 months, a couple days a week. Like that's not bad. And here's the thing: they fought all 5 rounds. Like, neither of them gave up, right? And you got I've had professional fights. So 5 rounds, even they fought 5 2-minute rounds. That's not easy.
Not easy.
You got to keep in mind, like, especially like the fighting in front of people, fighting for stakes for a win or a loss is much different than sparring. And I think a lot of people don't get that you could spar, 100 times with the same person.
Really?
Yeah, and then fight when they're actual.
I will book stamp for you.
When they're no, thank you. I don't want to get my ass kicked by a stamp. But when there are actual like stakes on the line, one, you're in front of people, you get this huge adrenaline rush, and then you get this huge adrenaline dump. My first professional fight lasted 11 seconds. I didn't even get punched. I won by knockout. And afterwards, I still had that same adrenaline dump, and I passed out. Like, as soon as the bell rings, you just get this rush of adrenaline, and then it dumps out. And I was exhausted. On the way home, I fell asleep. That's how exhausting the whole process was to me. It is hands down a different experience that these guys had from when they sparred. And the fact that they went all 5 rounds, neither of them gave up. They were really punching each other. I mean, they were going for it. And like you see, there was red marks on them. Patty had a big red mark on his side early in the first round. Yeah, I mean, he's super white, so the red stands out a little bit more than on note.
It's good for his skin though, because it's like all the blood that pumped to the end of the capillary.
That's a good way to look at it. But yeah,
you'll look younger if you keep doing this.
I enjoyed the whole thing. I ended up watching it on Flora and Notes channel. I think that's the video that's still up because whoever was running the camera for Patty was like super shaky, and I couldn't understand him. He was clearly like a British guy, and just had like a really bad accent, like really thick accent. As I'm wont to talk though with my New England accent, people often like what'd you say? What? So yeah, it is what it is. It's it was a good fight. Note 1 at the end of it. Unanimous decision, 5 rounds. I think there was no question who was going to win by the end of the 5th round. But again, it wasn't like overwhelming. Patty didn't look horrible. There were no 10-8 rounds. Like they were all 10-9s for sure. And Patty got his shots in. He took his licks, and I'm super proud of both those guys for doing what they did. And again, on 2 months training, and not like a full training camp. 2 months, like a couple days a week, they show up to the gym and punch pads. So they look good.
I thought they trained every day.
I don't think they're training every day. I think Patty was running every day.
It's good for cardio.
And I don't think they were doing boxing every day. And they were doing Muay Thai before this. And anyone who knows the sport, the hand mechanics are much different than the mechanics of Muay Thai. So Muay Thai boxing, the mechanics of the sport, the way you stand, the way you punch, the way you move are very different. And of course, there are similarities. Like if you ever watch John Wayne Parr fight, he used a lot of Western boxing type mechanics in his Muay Thai, but it's still Muay Thai centric. So when you're fighting just Western boxing, it's quite different. But yeah, big props to both those guys, man. I'm super proud of Patty, super proud of Note. Raised a ton of money for a great cause, and just absolutely phenomenal. Hey, Hike, life's great, man. Life in Bangkok, I can't complain, my friend, at all. Oh yeah, Note 1, clearly. Note 1 by decision, I already said that. Yeah, so this is the total they raised, 657,000 baht, plus all the super chats that came in. I had both windows open, even though I was watching on Flora and Notes. Watch time's a big thing for those types of things, so I kept both open the whole time. But yeah, one thing, like I said, just on Patty's, like the dude, like just could not hold the camera steady.
Gimbal.
Yeah, no gimbal. I mean, he just couldn't hold it steady anyway, and he was just annoying. Like the things he was saying were stupid. Half the things he was saying I couldn't understand. So I mean, he's kind of a tool. So I went over. Flora actually had really good commentary. She was funny, and she was on a gimbal. So it was funny because she was kind of like, I don't know if she like meant to be funny saying it, but she was always like, "Oh, Note really got lean. He has a good body for this." Like, it's cute and funny at the same time. It's true though. What Frank says, that was 2 passports, 1 dream guy doing Patty's camera. I think he's Welsh or something.
Oh, well.
Welsh.
Ah.
I think they speak English in Wales, right?
But different accent, yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely got. I mean, it's not as bad. He's not Scottish, so I mean, he's got that going for him.
That's difficult.
I have a friend, Jim and I both. We have a friend who's Scottish. He lives in Singapore. I've probably had 20, 30 conversations with him over the years. I still have no idea what we've ever talked about.
So you have to like really like focus when he speaks.
Yeah.
To get like a keywords.
And his
It's
wife's
okay.
Singaporean, and like she has like a Singlish accent, but her English accent's very good. I personally think most Singaporeans have a very difficult accent to understand for Americans. Compared to Malaysians, I think have a better Malaysians from Klang Valley.
Singaporeans speak faster than Malaysians.
Yeah, and it's also a little bit more garbled. But his wife has like the Singaporean accent, plus she's picked up a lot of the Scottish accent over the years. So like you just like hear like, wait, what no, oh, what?
But it's okay for me because here we speak English, which is okay.
Sometimes
so
it's
kind
okay.
kind of my ears try to adjust to every accent because we not native English. We don't have like, oh, this is whatever accent called. We're just like, okay, give me some words that I can understand. Like, it's good.
Hey, Joe, I'll disagree. I'll say it wasn't a good fight, but it was a fun fight.
Yeah, it's fun fight.
Yeah. Good is something completely different. Fun, absolutely.
It's not a good way as Dana, who were professional fighter.
So, yeah, I'll say it from the skill level. Like I was impressed with how good they were for how. I gotta turn my mic down. I was impressed with how good they were for how long they had trained. That's true. And I was impressed with their cardio because they both made it happen. So, big ups. And here's the other thing about it. They didn't look bad. Right? That was, I think, everyone's biggest concern, that they would look really bad going into this fight.
Why?
Because they've only been training a few months. Like, they would go in and just throw haymakers and, like, gas out and like lean on each other for, like, if you ever seen the show Billions where they had the white collar boxing, and I think people were worried it was going to look like that, but it didn't. It didn't look that bad. It was. I'll show you that episode later where they box each other. The 2 guys are like passed out, leaning on each other.
Oh.
But yeah, I was giving Patty pointers. We were talking online like throughout the whole thing, and especially like when he first started, I was like, dude, your footwork sucks, your hands suck. I mean, to be honest, like you need to get better if you're gonna really fight. And he's like, I know. And his footwork was still a little janky, but his hands looked way better. His footwork looked considerably better than it did a month ago when he announced the fight. Note, on the other hand, his footwork looked really good the whole time, the whole fight. And actually, Note's timing looked really, really good. And if you guys are into fighting, timing is a big part of the sport. Like how you time where your punches land. And especially the first 2 rounds, Note's timing was like spot on. Like Patty had this bad habit of ducking and coming forward. And Note was actually able to time an uppercut to land on Patty as he moved forward, which not easy. And the funny thing was, Patty posted video of him sparring with Note, I think for his channel members to see. And Note couldn't land that shot literally 5 days before the fight. So he was struggling to land that uppercut like 5 days prior in that sparring footage. So in those 5 days, he adjusted to the point where he could now land that shot. That one shows a high level of of athleticism, just to be able to make an adjustment like that over a short period of time. But two, that he was really working on his boxing, on the fundamentals, and timing is one of them. So obviously as the rounds go on, you get much more tired. Everyone, even pros, your timing suffers. Unless you're like the GOAT, like you're an Anderson Silva or GSP, or like someone who doesn't get tired, or Demetrius Johnson, and your timing stays good for 5 rounds.
Not easy.
Yeah, not easy. Or like if you're like a Deontay Wilder or a Floyd Mayweather, your timing is good for 12 rounds. But
how long you have to train to get
that? Yeah, and like your cardio has to be at like peak levels. But again, like that's one of the things I was really impressed with. Note was that his timing, and like to improve timing at that level in a short period of time is impressive. Now with Paddy, by the same token, I gave him some advice after I watched the sparring footage. Jim and I watched it, and I broke it down for Paddy. I was like, you're not going to make big changes, but do this. And there was a couple things I told him. Obviously, he knew he needed to move forward more, and he still wasn't. He didn't move forward as much as he should have, but he moved forward a lot more than he did in the sparring video. The sparring video was like 90% him moving backwards. And the other thing was, Note has a hard time striking while moving backwards, which is a difficult skill, to be able to land a shot while moving backwards, because that involves different mechanics and different timing. And he still struggled with that a bit. But Paddy was able in that 5-day window to move forward more. And also there were some combos I told Paddy to try. Actually, one in particular combo was a left to the body, overhand right, that I thought Note would be susceptible to, because he would drop his hands after a strike. And Paddy was able to implement that. And it's an easy one too. So again, both those guys were impressive in the fact that they got to the point where they could make improvements over a short period of time. So I hope they keep training. I know Paddy's going back on the road, so maybe he'll only train when he gets to towns that have gyms or something that he can work out at. But Note, I think, lives on Khao.
He can train with you, ใช่ไหม?
Bring him to the gym near family home.
โอ้เพชรยินดี
Someone gonna die. Probably both of us.
Yeah.
But I think Note lives on Samui. So I think that Note lives on Samui. So he'll hopefully keep training, because he could probably have a couple amateur fights. I think he's like 30.
No, should not.
I think he's like 30.
Train for health and like do sport. Just okay, do not fight.
It's fun to fight though.
If it's like even a major fight, you can
major fight, but he can fight amateur.
You still can get hurt.
Little hurt.
No.
But I mean, Muay Thai. I mean, you're gonna feel hurt no matter what because of leg kicks. But I would say this, like I hope Note does keep training, because his skills could get a lot better. He clearly has the athleticism for it, and I think he could fight amateur. He could even fight.
You can tell by 6-pack that he has.
No, you can tell by 6-pack that he's lean. Like you don't know by that he's got athletic skill. But I don't know if he has fight in him. Like I don't know if he could actually fight at a high level.
He's like half Thai.
No, he's Thai. He just grew up in Canada.
Or
he lived in Canada.
Well, he must have like Muay Thai skill in his blood.
Yeah, I doubt that. I know a lot of Thais that don't have it in their blood. So
no, you mean me lah?
Tangma. He has punching bag in his blood.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, thumbs up, please. Thank you, Deborah. But yeah, again, I think I would love to see Note continue to train. I'd love to see Paddy continue to train. Just for fun or safety in Thailand.
What is that?
I don't know. Is that the fight, Joe? Joe, if that's not the fight, do me a favor. Throw the link to Flora and Note's channel in the chat, so anyone who hasn't seen the fight can check it out. And Flora had really good commentary. I got a kick out of it. She was funny. 5 a.m. Good night, Deborah. Thanks for coming by. 5 a.m. Damn.
5 is early.
Yeah, for big time. The winners were Khao Samui. Those, I mean, they did a great job. All the money they rose, I mean, you know, for sure. We prefer Auntie Jib on jiu-jitsu.
Oh, I'm just beginner. And 2 years without training. Not look good for sure.
It's been a while.
I just remember how to do rear naked choke and Kyolin choke. That's all.
That's all you really need.
I think that just make me survive in like if I have a bad luck, walk back home in the night, that will like kind of make me survive.
I think the biggest advantage that Jib got from jiu-jitsu and from women empowerment, which is the Gracie program for women's self-defense, taught by our friend Bev.
Women empower.
Women empower, sorry.
If you say men, she would choke you.
Bev would fuck me up too. I think the biggest thing that Jib got from that was mindset, like the mindset to like fight through things, and that even small changes make a difference. And you know, be vocal, be loud, be heard.
Not loud.
Yeah, no,
I
like
still cannot.
Scream, get back,
No.
get back. Yeah,
No.
you did it in the class.
Yeah, just in the class, but in the real life, I still like.
If someone came to you, you could.
I would just like, do not come in, and if he come in, I will fight. I'm not gonna scream.
We've got little weapons hidden around the house, so we'll be good.
You mean my needle?
Yeah.
My like, small needle?
This one now.
Hey, where's from?
I got this the other day.
Is it from Lazada?
Uh-huh.
Oh, to shape your beard. Interesting. Can I use it to chop chicken?
Maybe 100 baht.
Like, if I got like the chicken with the bone, it says like
Just 100 baht. It's steel. It actually
Heavy,
came with a good edge on it. No handle. It's just got this rope handle on it, but it's got a bear opener and a couple wrenches. It's clearly just like a tool. But
it's good if like you ride out the city and there's like you know,
yeah, I'll
maybe
throw
you
it
have
on the
to
motorcycle
cut like
for sure.
the tree branch or something. You know, yeah, it's good.
No jaws or jaws were broken, but lots of cans of Leo were crushed after the fight, I'm sure.
Hi.
Awesome. Thank you, Joe. Here's the fight video, guys, if you want to check it out. And again, it was a fun fight. I mean, like they had a Muay Thai exhibition before it, where they hit much harder than the actual fight. But I would definitely, if you guys follow Patty, follow Flora and Note, I would definitely check it out. They did a great job.
Maybe after everything open, I will register you at Pet Yindi Gym.
Wait.
So like I go back to see mom and my niece like
Our
weekend,
niece,
right?
Our niece.
Our niece weekend. So just like take Grab and drop you at the gym, and I go to see mom, eat lunch with her, and
And then
play
send
with the
rescue to pick
niece.
me back up.
And then on the way back, I just like, you can walk from there to the house.
Yeah, so Pet Yindi is a very famous gym in Bangkok. Very famous
Did you
Muay Thai
see
gym.
their complex?
Yeah, so I have never seen the complex, but it's right behind Jib's family's house. So
It's like big. Like
Yeah.
I believe they must have apartment for fighter
for sure. Most at that level of gym definitely would.
because there's like the big one, like look like a gym and resort. It's not resort, but like look very nice building, and then like just next to that is like look like apartment building.
So the nice one is for foreigners who come and visit and train there for like a month or a week.
There's
And-
one time I saw like
Hey, Stuck.
lots of cars, like expensive cars,
Yeah.
parked in the soil. Like, where are they from? I said, okay. And then I see the sign, like I like have kind of big event there. I said, must be like that guest.
Also, keep in mind, like, because they're so famous, that's such a famous gym that a lot of people will go and train there. Even Thais will go train
Sometimes
there.
I saw like a foreigner run, like a lineup run with the Thai.
Well, yeah, so foreigners will come and train for like 2-3 months, however long they can get a visa for, right?
So
They'll
like
come-
they like very tall and like Thai fighters like this, so like
Yeah.
they kind of like you can tell.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter when like a new fighters get in the ring with the trainers, And Pet Indy's
I would
famous.
like to see you
They're
stand
famous
in
for
the ring.
they're famous for rough pad sessions.
I will register you for sure. I will check with them when we'll
But
do
yeah,
it
like
open.
so the nice apartments there will be like that's where the foreigners
Maybe
stay.
that's a place that Dr. Joe da.
Yeah, maybe Joe, you can train there if you wanna. I know
Because there's a hotel just cross the street.
he wants to train at Tiger.
Oh yeah, better view the.
Yeah, I mean, you get the beach life.
Yeah.
The thing like Phuket is, I think, one that soy where all the gyms are, where Tiger, Phuket Top Team, all those are there. Like you're just like steel sharpens steel, right? So you're around other high level fighters, and if that's what you want to be, like I have friends who are pro fighters that train at Tiger, and
Who?
Ali, he's a Tiger fighter still.
Who Ali?
He lives in Iran, but he comes to
The big heavyweight fight?
no Ali Mohammed, the super jacked, skinny Iranian dude. You know him. We always say like "F you" 2 times, like.
Ah.
Yeah. So he's a Tiger fighter. I know a bunch of people who train at Tiger, and a bunch of UFC fighters train at Tiger as well.
Huh?
But
So they fly to train there?
Alec is the jiu-jitsu coach there.
I know.
And then the Hickman brothers are the head coaches.
Oh.
And I will tell you what, the coaching at Tiger Muay Thai, hands down, the best in Southeast Asia probably. Like I've seen... so I'll give you guys an example like of how good that gym is. I reffed fights in Phuket that were kind of put on with AKA, and they had special rule fights for some of their fighters. So there was this girl who was she's signed with One now. She was in I forget she's Vietnamese, but she's Australian, but her family's Vietnamese. I forget her name off the top of my head, but she was fighting out of AKA, and she fought
the name?
Special what?
You say it's top of your head. Like where is the name?
She fought a special rules fight and she lost. She got worked, and she really didn't. She didn't look that good in the fight, and like I don't think anyone was impressed with her in that fight. She looked bad, and she ended up switching camps and went to Tiger. And this is a testament to her ability to learn and be coached, but also a huge testament to the coaching at Tiger, to the Hickmans, and to Alex and like all the guys who coach there.
Do they take like a cleaning staff in the locker room there? I will apply that.
I'm sure there's a long list for that job.
Ah.
But I saw her fight in One, and she looked like not even the same fighter.
Ooh.
And so
is it the girl you told me before?
Yeah, and so just like a couple years, I think just a year with Tiger, they took her from being like really unimpressive fighter who had been training for a few years to someone fighting on the world stage looking fantastic against high-level opponents.
Ooh.
Right, and I think that's why you see Khalil Roundtree and Valentina Shevchenko, they go and train in Tiger as well. Because it's
Shevchenko trained there?
Chai, the international assassin, Shevchenko.
Yeah, I like her.
Yeah, you like her because she's a dancer. She does, what was it, tango she does after she wins?
I can't remember.
You
You
knew
don't
the step.
ask me. I'm a goldfish. I don't remember.
You knew the steps.
Yeah, I
when we
know,
saw it.
of course.
But like I said, Tiger is like on that level for people, and
Tell Joe to go there.
yeah, well, that's where he's planning to go. Patty pulled his eye off. Yeah, I agree. He definitely ducked his head down, turned away,
What does that mean? Pull.
like
his,
looked away. He looked away.
Patty turn
Yeah,
around, like,
and duck his head down.
and then he's like
Yeah.
gives him the back. If it's like BJJ, would jump on his back and lock
Choke
his
him.
neck. Of course, you guy.
It's like, why push the rain from northwest? Yeah, Tiger's fantastic. Yeah, for sure. Better than everyone expected. I was not disappointed. I watched the whole thing. I was glued to it. I mean, I loved it. And again, I watched on I think most people probably switched to Flora and Note because just quality and commentary.
She's sweet. I like when she speaks. Like
Yo,
so
Mojo, are
nice.
you wearing pants on the stream now? I wish I could control the weather like that. Want to get back in shape other than Round. Yeah, Round's a shape too, but yeah, getting back in a good shape. Yeah, I think like again, like in Phuket, no better in Thailand, no better camp than Tiger, all around. One, the weather is a little bit nicer. Two, it's just a great gym. I want to get my stripper body back.
I will send you when Joe's here.
You know, I think a lot of fighters that I know who come to Thailand, the one thing they talk about as being like their biggest advantage is the food, right? So like you come to Thailand, street food is cheap, but it's very easy for them to get a mix of protein and carbs in street food that's perfect for what they're doing all day, for the amount of energy they're spending. So a professional fighter,
And easy to get good fruit also.
yeah, get good food,
Get
but
potassium back to your blood.
but yeah, and cheap, right? Because it's like 25 baht, 20 baht gets you
I
a
don't
bag of
know
fruit.
how much in Phuket now.
More than
Bangkok,
Bangkok.
I guess.
But actually, I knew a guy who was training in Isan at Legacy. And he was talking about like fruits like 10 baht. Like you go out on the soy and it's like 10 baht.
Yeah. So it depends where you are.
And they basically ate
price
chicken
is
and
like-
egg every day.
Chicken and egg.
So they would go outside and there'd be an auntie doing stir-fried chicken with rice.
Okay.
And then you could get fried egg.
Boring meal.
But if you're in...
It's a thing about nutrients is fine, but
Yeah.
just like so boring.
Yeah, but if like you leave the gym like say you do a 3-hour workout in the morning, and then you leave and there's like boom, chicken, rice, and egg,
Yeah.
and it's like protein, carb, and then have fruit to get other micronutrients or whatever.
Yeah.
And that would be like 20 baht, right? In America, like I know fighters who spend like 85-90% of their budget on food. Because like chicken's expensive. Then you got to cook it yourself.
Really?
Yeah.
Why chicken expensive?
Because it's America. Everything's expensive.
Well, right.
So if you can buy a meal for less than
but
$1.
like you work there, you get American pay.
Yeah, if
It
you're
should be okay.
Most people who are trying to be professional fighters have like shitty jobs.
But it
That-
should be okay money for living, isn't it?
Keep in mind, most of the best gyms are in expensive cities. So now you're paying
Oh.
and in America, you pretty much have to have a car.
Okay.
Unless you're living in like New York, Boston,
You
DC.
can't ride bicycle?
In New York, Boston, DC, you could get away with it. Philadelphia. And once you start getting further south, the cities get too big.
Okay.
Atlanta is probably too big to really commute by bike.
Okay.
And like live somewhere cheap and then go somewhere expensive to train. And then your food. So like when I was fighting, I was a technician. I probably made more money than most people who were actually like who were also trying to be fighters and had like, you know, menial jobs as well that were trying just to get by.
And why you not standing in UFC ring right now?
Well, one, I'm 42. And like I only fought 3 times professionally before I really quit. So like had I stayed with it at heavyweight, there was a thin heavyweight division back then, I probably could have.
But maybe more damage in your
Yeah,
brain.
for sure. Like I was 3 fights in and I was like, it's not for me.
Okay.
For a living, right? Like I was like, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I still trained for years after that. I would still spar all the time.
Like for exercise. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Because just like warm up at BJJ, half an hour, I sweat like for the whole year.
But like I said, like I was at heavyweights traditionally been a very thin division. It's pretty thick right now, pretty good competition. But like the early 2000s, like wasn't great.
Then, like, American is big.
So because if you're a big athlete that size, there are much more lucrative places to go to make a living.
Ah, okay.
NFL, the NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So,
are
like-
they bigger than you?
Yeah, for sure. And like
So then you're kind of stuck in between, like, not small enough and not big enough.
yeah.
Oh.
Well, I was big enough to be like Jeff Munson was shorter than me. I grappled with Jeff Munson in a couple big tournaments, and he ended up fighting for the UFC championship.
Yo.
He lost, but he fought Tim Sylvia. But I would argue that, you know, like if you're an American and you're big, like my size or bigger, and you want to be a professional athlete, now it's tougher to become an NFL player or tougher to become a Major League Basketball player or whatever. but it's a more lucrative route to pursue. As opposed to in the early 2000s, no one was making millions of dollars to fight in the UFC.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, not a good time then.
And we got Joe saying, "Look at your phone. The memes have started."
What is that? Ooh!
What's this
Thank
one?
you, Joe.
What's this? Oh, Jason.
Ah.
Joe sending Jim Jason Momoa pics.
Yeah.
That's what movie is that from? This is
Conan?
lean. Is that Conan? That's
I
probably
guess.
his worst movie.
Who watched a movie?
Yeah, no one. Conan sucks.
Watch Jason. That's
But-
the thing.
They should have never remade Conan, in my opinion. That's Aquaman, right?
Mine.
So Jason Momoa has his own YouTube channel. He makes like little short films for companies that sponsor stuff. Actually, quite good. Like his filmmaking skills are cinematically
What cake is
are
that?
nice. It looks like coconut cake, vanilla frosting
Just
with
pick.
toasted coconut.
Pick just one.
Cake or Jason.
Of course, Jason.
Hey,
Sorry, cake.
so I would say like so Jason shoots on the red Komodo as well. But yeah, I thought his filmmaking skills were quite nice, like cinematically, like the way he shot. Now all of the messages are kind of simplistic, and it's all about like the brands he's working with and stuff. He's got one for Carhartt called The Canvas of My Life. I thought was fantastic. And he's got a couple about Harleys and stuff, but it's all got like his personality, his vibe to it. So if you're into like that jacked, hipster, alt living type of guy, then yeah, you'll like his stuff. But just search Jason Momoa on YouTube. His channel's not bad. He's got like a couple vlog style videos, but it's just like him and his friends making fun videos that they like to make, just at a very high level. Like-
Shirtless?
Some of them.
Okay, I will check it.
He's shooting, and he's also shooting on like a $20,000 camera, and he's probably got an editor. He clearly has a color grader. He has someone doing color grade,
20,000?
like a 600,000 baht camera.
Very expensive.
Yeah,
Why he need that expensive
he
camera?
doesn't need it, but and he shoots on Leica lenses on a red, so he likes Leica and he likes red.
Like a
Yeah,
expensive.
Peng Mak. But yeah, it's I think Leica glass is great. I don't shoot on it. I always get. You ever go in the Leica store? And so Siam Paragon has a Leica store.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, fun videos. Jim just subscribed. But if you ever go to Siam Paragon, they have a Leica store in there.
They have everything there. Expensive.
Nothing-
Whatever expensive. You can go to Paragon and check it out.
You go into the Leica store, there's no prices on anything. That's how you know, I'm in the wrong place.
I think we walked there once.
I'm
right?
going to have to ask. Yeah, we went in there.
Just walk around like, don't touch anything. I don't want to touch anything.
But I
And
told
it's
Jim, I was like,
look
they
around and just walk
they
out.
don't even have price tags on any of this stuff. We should just leave because it's going to be trouble. Because I'll be like, oh, that camera looks nice. But I love my Fuji. I can't complain. For photos, my Fujifilm camera, my X-H1 is fantastic. Hey, Craig, what's going on, man? How's things out on the West Coast? Dan, what's up, brother? How you doing? East Coast. Up north. This is the Jason Momoa. Yeah, Jim already found it. She subscribed. But yeah, the Leica store, right? So I talked to one of my friends. The bodies start at about 400,000 baht for the body. And they
you
don't.
can get a car with that price.
They have no features.
You can get a car here.
Yeah, you can for less than 400K now. A lot of cheap cars. But so the cameras have like no features, no IBIS, no burst. Like, the bodies look amazing. They're very similar to the Fujifilm in that they're all like knob driven. So instead of having like digital menus, like you've got the knobs on the Leica cameras like this. There we go. And so everything's like selection. Actually, this is the newer Fuji, so I have the digital display, which is like really like 8-bit digital. And I've got my 35 on there. But the Leicas, everything's knobs, no IBIS, no burst. Like it's like the most basic of cameras. And they start at 400K.
So
Now,
maybe they're called classic.
so the sensors
Not
are
basic, it's classic.
so the sensors are really nice, and they work with Leica lenses only. Like I don't think anyone else makes a Leica mount lens. Like I don't think that, and like there's the thing: if you're paying 400,000 baht for the body,
Ask Frank if he has one.
no, he's a Canon guy.
Oh, okay.
So there's if you're spending 400,000 on the body, you're not going to buy like a Sigma lens for your Leica. You're going to buy Leica lenses. The lenses start like at 100K for like their cheapest lens.
So when you have all equipment you want, not need, you
Yeah.
want for that you could probably get like a condo room with that price.
Very possible. Probably a house. Were you Kodak guys in the past? No, I never had a Kodak camera.
Cold? No.
Like the instant photos that you shake. Oh, no, that's Polaroid.
That time it's a Fuji for me.
I'm thinking of Polaroid. Kodak. No, I never shot on Kodak cameras. Actually, no, I shouldn't say that. I had a Kodak digital in like the 2000s, I think. It wasn't very good.
I think my family used a Fuji.
I used to shoot Canon exclusively for a long, long time. And
I think for the big camera that I shoot before, it's the Nikon. It's a film.
I never shot. I shouldn't say never shot. I took a film photography class, but I never bought a film camera of any substance. I had one of the little consumer 35s that you thumb crank, and it's just like a point and shoot. I had a film point and shoot back in the day, but my first like digital camera, I bought a Sony. Was my first camera, Alpha series Sony, and then I switched to Canon, and I shot Canon for years and years and years. I still have a bunch of Canon glass, and Jib still shoots Canon. She has
because I get whatever he get rid of.
We have 2 Canon bodies still, and Jib shoots on those. And then I switched to Fuji for photography, and I really liked the Fuji controls. I really liked the aesthetic of the Fuji and the way it shot. And then when I was gonna start making YouTube videos again, I had the GoPro, and I have a pro video camera, like a camera like you would use for like event videography, not like cinema videography. And Canon XC15, which I like a lot, and we'll be using that for Jib's channel in the future. It's right here. This is actually a really nice video camera, but so it's a fixed lens.
I will see all the wrinkle on my hand.
It shoots 24 to 240 millimeters.
Too sharp. You will see a wrinkle on my hand.
Pro audio in, XLR audio in, and it's got this cool grip that is articulating, and all the thumb controls on one hand, pop out screen for when you're shooting, and this shoots like a super high bit rate, like a 350 bit rate, and it needs like a special CFast cards to shoot 4K because the bit rate's so high. But it's a cool camera. It's just not like I wouldn't want to bring this around with me, especially not with the huge mixer for XLR video. Like this wouldn't be a YouTube camera. And so I switched over to Sony when they came out with the ZV-1. And it's a little, like I said, it fits in my pocket. Right? It literally fits in my pocket, and you wouldn't know it's there. And I've got a ultra wide adapter for it. And so I've got an ultra wide adapter for the Sony. So if I want that kind of vloggy look with the ultra wide, I can do that. And it looks fantastic. And it's easy. And so what I'll probably do is in a couple years, like they just came out with the ZV EV1, EV10, which is a APS-C sensor version of this camera that you interchangeable lenses. And so in a few years when they come out with a new version of that, I'll probably upgrade and get that. And then I can use I'll get an adapter to use my old Canon glass on the Sony. Just because the feature set is so easy to shoot with. It's so YouTube forward. Right, it's the screen flips out. It's got like defocus mode. It's soft skin mode if you want to get rid of your wrinkles. However, I tried the soft skin mode with my beard, and it smooths your beard out, so it kind of looks like one solid piece of hair. It's not the best look, but it's small, it's light, it's an easy camera for YouTube type content creation. And being able to swap out lenses lets you get different looks. So I'd probably do that in the future. A couple years down the road when the second version of the EV1 comes out. This also has really great audio. And Sony makes a bunch of microphones that you don't need cables for. They work through the hot shoe. And so you can just plug it in, no need to get a cable. You just put it on the hot shoe and it works. And they have a single person wireless kit. And if they ever came out with a double person wireless kit, that would probably be the deal changer for me, that I would go over to Sony Audio. And they have a shotgun mic too, but it's like $350, like 11,000 baht. So I'm not about to drop 11,000 baht on a shotgun mic. Not yet. Oh, Dan, you used to repair cameras for Best Buy? Nice.
Ah.
Craig, you've always been a Canon guy. Yeah. Canon, great cameras, man. I love Canon. I just ended up switching because, I felt like when Canon came out with their mirrorless series, they were sort of like, I felt like they sort of dropped the ball in a lot of ways, and I wasn't super excited about the feature sets that came out, and then the RF cameras, and then it was unappealing to me at the time. And I wanted to start going smaller with my camera and my filmmaking versus larger, right? I didn't want to start building a bigger kit with mirrorless stuff because it's not the type of stuff I shoot. It's not really what I'm into. So I don't mind to change lenses and have interchangeables, but I wanted things easier. I still shoot a lot of stuff. I'll get B-roll shot on my phone all the time. We do all of our shorts on the phone as opposed to, we tried vertical with the Sony, but it just makes more sense the phone is such a powerful tool, the GoPro, the little camera, and it makes it more fun for me. And that's what's important to me is that it's fun. And like, I've still got a bunch of pro audio equipment for shooting, and we use some of it when we shoot here in the studio at home or upstairs in the studio, but I don't want to drag a whole bag of kit out with me.
It's heavy.
Yeah, and I like having the gimbal. I throw the GoPro on it. I do the walk and talks. I do, I can capture good audio. I've got wireless lav kits. I've got plugged in lavs. I've got little mini shotgun mics. I don't need to have I don't need to plug in the NTG4 and get the windscreen on it and then boom it so it's closer to the source. I want to get a very simple setup, and that's what I have now, and I really enjoy that.
And when we walk, no one care.
Yeah.
No one realize we filmed something.
Yeah, I'm not getting kicked out of the BTS because I've got a camera that literally, if I'm holding this in my big meat paw, no one sees that I'm holding this thing. No one cares. Right? However, new supporter, Joe Boyko. Thank you, Joe. Man, Jim needs a lot of cake, and thanks for the package. Thank you, Joe. You're the man. So yeah, like I said, this camera, no one knows I've got it if I'm holding this thing, and then
it's smaller than your phone, actually.
Yeah, and this is the GoPro with the media mod. No one sees this, and this shoots great. I can shoot 5K on this at 50 frames per second. So. There are, there's the world of video content creation, filmmaking doesn't have to be big kits and big cameras, and I enjoy that. Now, I like the big camera. This can shoot video, but I don't shoot video on my Fuji. exclusively shoot photos with this. Right, and I love this for photography. I love having that for photography. It's a game changer for me, and focusing on one over the other is what I really love.
Ah, teacher, right to me.
Jib gets me hands down. Oh, you got feedback from your teacher finally?
Yes.
Hey, have a good night, Dan. Thank you for coming by.
Not difficult to make.
Why today is Black T-shirt day and how the bracelet sunburn. Oh, black T-shirt because we're still in mourning for Jib's granny.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
my family agreed for 50 days.
Yeah.
So I'll wear black for 50
Yeah.
days.
Yep.
For like, but for
And me too.
auntie it's like a year. Not a year, like 100 days.
Yeah.
But granny, as she like, we kind of like think that it's good for her that she passed away, then no more suffer in bed because she's like bedridden for years.
Yeah.
So we kind of sad, but good for her to no more suffer. So we kind of okay then 50 day
Yeah.
for black.
So, and Granny she had issues mentally.
It's like confused.
Dementia.
Like she cannot
Yeah.
remember, and then she sees something that's not in a room.
Yeah. And
She talked to someone who's not in the room. Like, who's that?
physically, she couldn't really leave her room on her own. I mean, she was
Like, cannot get up.
a lot of pain. She had literally just gotten home from the hospital and died a few days later. So,
Not a few days, a month.
a month. Well, a month. But, I mean, she had just been in the hospital. She probably would have gone back to the hospital had she not passed that morning. So, yeah, so that we'll be wearing black for 50 days every day. So we've been wearing black every day as we go. And that's why even we went out, we wore the Dang Prep Prick shirts that you can get at Shop.IdeaStudio.xyz. Also, we have the Spicy In, Spicy Out shirt
Any
over there as
special deal
well.
for 99?
Oh, should is today night?
Today 8.
Well, maybe I'll make I'll do this. I'll make I'll make a code 10% off for tomorrow.
99.
99, just the number 99. It's so if you guys want to shop for the shirts, I'll do that right after I get off the live stream. I'll make a code 99, and it'll be active today and tomorrow. 10% off everything in the shop. So shop.ideastudio.xyz. Oh, Dave, what's up, man? How's it going? Dave, house is coming along. No more koi fish, please. It affects my YouTube feeds.
Huh?
No more koi fish.
Why?
It affects the YouTube feeds. Like if you watch a video on one subject, then everything. Like I watched
yeah.
I watched like the MasterChef Canada videos, and now everything is MasterChef Canada.
So if I start to watch one Jason Momoa and then everything is about him?
Yes.
Hey!
Yes. You watch a couple. You got to watch a couple.
Okay.
So yeah, like I watch a couple Top Chef Canada, and then it's like boom for like days. It's just.
Oh, that's
Top Chef
why
Canada.
like lots of bossa music is just show.
Yeah.
Like
Or
option.
or if I watch like so when I was watching like a lot of MSX videos to see about the different mods available, then for weeks it's just MSX videos. And like that, like it's like people like the stuff people do on MSX is a little wild. So crazy. What time is it? It's 10:40. I think maybe time to wrap it up because I got to get ready for my vax.
1 p.m.
Oh, okay, we can go a little bit longer. We'll keep it going. So yeah, one of the things that I've noticed with a lot of the street food restaurants have sort of expanded their seating now that they can open up again.
Really?
Yeah, they've moved out a little bit further than they were previously.
Where?
On 95. Like some of them have moved chairs out to the outside. They've moved like their cooking from just in the roof into just outside and then put more chairs. Yeah.
Chai, because now because no AC on that side, no
Yeah.
AC restaurant there, so they just can sit.
Yeah, everywhere. Where'd
Yeah.
you watch I watched MasterChef Canada on. I don't watch the whole episode. Just get clips, like different challenges on YouTube. And I think the channel's called MasterChef World. And I think what happened was I watched like one video of it from America, and then the Canadian version popped up. And I actually like that I think his name is Alan Chong. or Chung, the chef from Canada.
I think this is
blue
make
hair.
you hungry in the night
Maybe.
because you keep watches in the night
They cook
and
good
you
food.
make noodle at 2 a.m.
I did make noodles at 2 a.m. Well, last night at 11, but still. I went to bed early. But yeah, they had... I like the Canadian ones. I think they're great. Hey, thanks, Craig. Appreciate it. Burn 2 for me. 2.
Who? Burn what?
And 2 gummy bears also. Go hard.
No. No.
Did Brock Lesnar make a good debut? His highlight reel was really good. A good debut for MMA? Yeah, he fought one time in, I believe, Korea. Looked good. And then he fought... His second fight was in the UFC against Frank Mir, and he got leg locked and tapped out. And then he beat everyone until he lost. Like, he fought... The next fight was again... No, sorry. His first fight was Heath Herring. Then his second fight was Frank Mir. He beat Heath Herring. I remember the first punch Brock Lesnar landed on Heath Herring. He punched him. Heath Herring flew backwards and flipped over and landed against the cage.
What?
Yeah. And then he fought Frank Mir. Frank Mir beat him. Then he ended up... I think he fought Frank Mir again. And then he fought Randy Couture. And beat Randy Couture for the heavyweight championship. Oh, Joe sent one more. Last one to your phone. Oh, yeah, it's old school me. That's I think I was first year PhD student back then. Yeah.
Dana without jib, slim. With jib, chubby.
I was first year PhD student when that photo was taken.
No tummy. Huh.
Scream Queen died. Really?
Huh?
A lot of people. I saw the actor from The Wire passed away as well. I thought like he was like 54. Apparently he had a long-standing drug problem and passed away. Apparently from a drug overdose. You know, addiction is a powerful and scary foe, right? It's something that never stops taking. Oh yeah, Daphne, WWC Nitro. She passed away.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, passed away September 1st. Wow. She's only a few years older than me. 3 years older than me. 45. Yeah, the guy from The Wire passed. Drug overdose. Like I said, addiction's a scary, powerful thing. It's ruins lives, destroys people.
You addicted to
So what?
sodium.
Well, probably more fat. Than
Whatever
sodium.
you eat is salty.
Well, carbohydrates is what I'm addicted to.
Salty food.
Not everything. I don't mind food without salt.
When you cook pasta, it's salty.
Oh, you just complain about the salt in the water. Small popcorn, yeah. And that popcorn was only like $6.
Oh, expensive.
Oh my God! Wow, I didn't know that.
Huh?
Damn.
What?
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh. That's that.
Ooh. Do you remember to catch The Purge 2? I've seen The Purge. I've seen all of them.
I remember one with Ethan Hawke.
I like the prequel one.
Which one?
The one where like the politicians.
Ah, okay, I remember that one.
Oh, actually, I do have to wrap it up. I have to go to the bathroom. So
Oh.
I think we're gonna wrap it up, guys. We got a little bit of a tummy issue. We're gonna get it out before Vax second jab today. All right, I want to thank all of you guys for rocking with us today. Thank you so much. Going forward, will be one live stream a week in this format, and we're going to try to do random live streams from different markets when we have the chance to. And so those will just be like whenever we're at a market or a place that we think will be interesting, we'll jump on and do something in that regard. So thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it. And until next time, keep taking action. Make your ideas reality.